Should you stay or should you go in your relationship? That is probably one of the classic questions. So if you're on the fence in your relationship right now, make sure to stay and watch this video. Hi everyone, my name is Mireille Nicole, relationship coach, non-toxic health nut, and plant-based mom. Today we're going to do another video related to your love life. I am so excited to talk about this one. This is a question that comes up a lot with the women I work with. I seem to attract the ladies who are in this should I stay or should I go situation. And I'm not surprised by that at all, actually. For myself personally, I've experienced both sides. I've had to make both decisions in my own love life. There was a situation where I decided to go and a situation where I decided to stay. So I'm going to share with you today my story and my guidance and suggestions for you in terms of what I think you should do to help yourself get a lot more clarity to make the best decision and answer that question for yourself. So I am remarried, which means I've been divorced in the past. And as part of my first marriage and the divorce, I'm the one who made the decision to go. So I'm the one who had to, or who did decide to take that step to leave the relationship. I mean, it was a good relationship. I have nothing bad to say about my ex-husband. I always say he was a great husband and now he's a great ex-husband. He's a great co-parent to our son. So I understand the whole feeling about whether you should stay or should you go in your relationship. And especially having said that, you know, it was a pretty good relationship and everything. It just wasn't aligned with what I desired for my love life long-term for the rest of my life, my happily ever after. So I made that decision and that came with its own challenges, right? A lot of times women, you might find yourself in a situation where the relationship is a lot more difficult and challenging and toxic. And that leads to its own implications in terms of should you stay or should you go and leaving that relationship and what the aftermath is. But in my case, just so that you know, full transparency, I did leave my first marriage. I'm the one who made that decision. So I understand the women who are in the position, and maybe you being in the positions of choosing to leave and making that decision to go and start over again in your love life. I've also been at the other end, the other side, where I made the decision to stay in my relationship. So after my divorce, I ended up finding my Mr. Right. And I just thought that everything was going to be wonderful now, right? Because I found this, what I thought, this perfect person for me. And I shouldn't say I thought, I know from the bottom of my heart, is this perfect person for me? However, I just assumed that after my divorce, I would just find someone who would be a perfect match and everything would be easy. All right. Maybe I was a little bit naive, but that's really how I saw it. I thought that I just needed to find this different person to really fulfill me in my love life. And what happened was, because this was the only approach I was taking towards it, I noticed that our relationship started going rocky. It started going sideways at one point. So what started off as this wonderful fairy tale love story started to go downhill. And there was one point in this relationship where I started having to face that same decision again, right? Do I stay or do I go? I was starting to display my own toxic behavior. I was seeing more toxic behavior on his part. I was turning into this crazy, needy girlfriend. He was starting to distance himself and be less supportive. And that really started messing with my head. So again, I was faced with this big decision. But in this case, I decided to make the effort to stay and really start working on my skills. So when women come to me and ask me, okay, well, should I stay? Should I go? Can you how do I find this answer? My answer is always the same to them. My answer is always, it doesn't matter whether or not you decide to stay or go. What you're going to want to do as a first step is really to start learning these relationship skills, like really foundational love skills. How do relationship dynamics work? How do you approach situations? What is good timing to bring things up? How do I become a better version of myself so I'm the better deal and my man wants to spend time with me? How do I bond with men? What do men really need? What do they value? And it's really when I started asking myself these questions, learning more about it and implementing these tools and actually getting support, hiring support to help me through this so I could learn, I could implement, I could really embody it in my love life. That's when I started seeing these amazing shifts in my relationship. And we were able to turn things around and go back to our honeymoon phase and build a stronger bond than ever. And then I got my answer, right? My answer was definitely to stay in that relationship. And now I'm remarried after divorce to my dream man. So the main takeaway I want you to keep as you finish watching this video is that it doesn't matter either way so much in the beginning. Should you stay? Should you go? Unless there's a situation where you feel obviously in physical harm, your life is in danger, obviously go find support, help, expert professional advice on how to get out of that situation. But in other cases where you just see red flags popping up, but things were fine in the beginning, or maybe you're with someone and things are all right, but you're not sure if this is really hitting the nail on the head in terms of what you're looking for in your love life, really start focusing on those relational skills, how to interact with men in a way that makes you magnetic. What do men want? Really looking at what do you want? What do you desire? What are your fears that are coming up that are triggering you, that are making it very difficult for you to make that decision and see clearly and trust yourself, right? So there's a lot of work involved in this, but the more I find for myself personally and what I see with women, the best first step you can start doing is start working on these skills and doing the work beyond these questions and not focusing so much on putting the pressure on answering that question for yourself. Really start with your own clarity in general for your love life, really understanding the dynamics of a healthy relationship, start taking small actions, getting feedback, seeing how things work, seeing how things shift. And then as you move along that journey, then the clarity will come for you. All right, I hope this video was super helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to hear more content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let's boost us up to 1,000 subscribers and hit that notification bell. I will keep posting content like this on a regular basis. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.